Okay, so check this out. Have you ever scryed 2 and drawn 6 cards in a single turn in Limited when spending only 1 mana to do so? Pretty ridiculous here. Even if they're all lands, you know, it is what it is. But 6 cards, Limited. Here we go. Hello, Daily Drafters. Today is Wednesday, March the 16th, and thanks for joining me for today's Daily Draft. As we hop into this draft here, as we always do, I'd like to give a big thank you to all those in the subscriber community for choosing to spend a part of your day here with me today. And for those of you that are not subscribed yet, we'd love to have you along. Go ahead and click that red subscribe button attached to or underneath this video. It's absolutely free, and you'll then have access to the most consistent, high-quality MTG Limited content on YouTube. Let's see if today we can follow up yesterday's clean sweep of a 7-0 with possibly another one. This is going to be an interesting pack one, pick one here. I'm going to gloss over all the commons because there's a Behold the Unspeakable, which is among the best uncommons in the entire set. There's also Satoru Umezawa. I don't know exactly what to take here, but I think because Behold is a mono blue card, and Satoru kind of locks you into blue-black, and it really wants you to be ninjas, I think you kind of want Satoru a little bit later in the draft when you already know that you're blue-black. We don't know that we're blue-black, and Behold the Unspeakable is incredible. We've had it each of the last 2 days, and we've won a combined 11 games with it, and it's been great. So we're going to go ahead and take a pack one, pick one, Behold the Unspeakable, and go from there. Instantly follow it up with 0 blue cards, except for Short Circuit, which we do not want. So now it's between... let's see, Season of Renewal, Arrest, and Assassin's Ink. I think I'll take Assassin's Ink as just the generically best card in this pack. But it's not that great of a follow-up to Behold. But I don't think I'm going to be missing too much of this other stuff. I mean, any of these commons I think we could get later if we wanted it, and I don't really care about Guidebot or Upriser Renegade, so I'm just going to take the Assassin's Ink here. Alright, now we see Moonsnare Specialist to go along with Behold. There's also Azusa's Many Journeys and Jukai Preserver in green, and there's Imperial Oath in white, all of which I do like. Not a big fan of Dragonspark Reactor, and I don't think with this start we're going to be going down that path. So here I think I'm going to narrow it down to Oath, Journeys, Specialist, and Preserver. And I'm probably going to eliminate Preserver to start, so it's between these cards here. Specialist keeps us blue, goes along with the blue-black theme a little bit better. Journeys is a good green card to start with, and Oath is just a generically good card and a good splash. Blue-green could be a good archetype, so could black-green, but neither of these cards are really splashable. So I think I'm actually just going to take the Specialist to give up on a little bit of power with these two and take the blue card to keep us blue with Behold here. All right, and now we see the Modern Age, a card I did not have access to in yesterday's blue-black draft, but a card I would love to have access to here. There's also a Thirst for Knowledge, but we're not looking to be super artifact heavy yet. Network Disruptor is going to be pretty good as well, but there's also Greater Tanuki and Jukai Preserver. Kami, I doubt Kami's going to wheel because it's the only black card in this pack, but definitely happy to take a Modern Age here with our blue start. And now, this is a bit of an underwhelming pack for pick 5. There's Shrine Steward, Cultivation, and Armguard Familiar. I guess I'll just take the Armguard Familiar to stay blue here. There's also Inkrise Infiltrator, I guess. If there was any land here, like if there was a blue-black land, I would take that. If there was a blue X or a black X land, I would probably take that. But I think I'll just stay blue with the Armguard Familiar here. And now we see Covert Technician, Thirst for Knowledge, another Familiar. There is a blue-green land, Fang of Shigeki, Master's Rebuke, and no black cards. So, the fact that there's no black cards means I'm not going to hold on to Assassin's Ink for dear life here. I think I'm going to take one of these green cards or the land. I think Fang is good enough and better enough than these three to consider taking this here. Thirst has the ability to be better, but again, we have one artifact so far, and I don't think we're going to be leaning heavy artifacts for this. So we might be able to lean like blue-green, maybe pick up a Sky Turtle or something going forward. But I think Fang is going to be a pretty good pickup here, especially if we get cut out of black. Again, no black cards, but there is a Kami, a Fade, a Crab, and a Completion. I think I'll take Tamiyo's Completion here. Blue-green struggles a little bit with removal, so we have to make sure that we can sure up an early removal spell here in Tamiyo's Completion. Awakened Awareness. Don't think that's for anyone. Mech Hanger, Aboro, and Trespassers. I guess it's between these two blue cards here. And blue-green usually wants to be a little bit of a ramp deck. So I could just take this as a roadblock early. It performed really, really well in our deck yesterday in a bit of a late-game blue-black deck. So we don't know that we're green. I'm only assuming that we're not black because there has been 0 black cards in the last 3 packs. So, I mean, now there's only Reckoner's Bargain, and we don't really care about that one too much. So now it's between Familiar and Network Terminal. If we're looking to be ramp, the Network Terminal could be pretty good. I don't think we're going to miss another Familiar. If we want multiple Familiars, I think we'll be able to pick them up. So we'll just take the fixing here in Network Terminal. Now there's Trainee and Grafted Growth, and I don't care about these 3 cards. So I guess I could take the Grafted Growth if we're going to go kind of a blue-green splashing kind of thing. Cultivation, Stalker, Protocol. Don't really care about most of these cards. I'll take the Cultivation as a potential ramp spell. Greater Tanuki came back. Wow, pick 12 Tanuki. Yes, please. We'll cut the blue card here in Spell Pierce. There's the extra Familiar I said we can probably have access to. And an Island. All right. So I think we're leaning blue-green here. And we have the ability to splash if we want. So I think we can take March of the Wretched Sorrow here. Because we have a Network Terminal, we have a Grafted Growth, and green has the ability to splash a little bit more than most. So I think we can take this March and maybe wheel Fade to Antiquity if we're lucky, or the Rugged Highlands possibly. But I think we can consider splashing this March here. And now there's another Assassin's Ink. So we have Tanuki, Fang, Grafted Growth, and Careful Cultivation. So what we could consider doing... Oh, and there's a Containment Construct. Ooh, I didn't even see that. We do have the Network Terminal, so the Construct is something we absolutely want here. So this Ink and the Modern Age, I'd love to have both of these cards, but I need to... Because this is an uncommon, I need to shore up a copy of Containment Construct when I have Network Terminal. There is the thought to filling out black with this pack, and then in pack 3 filling out blue because black was very, very cut from the right. Which means it's probably going to be pretty open here from the left. Which is why we're seeing... Well, it's only pick 2, so there aren't really many signals yet. But we might see a couple of good black cards coming. If this wasn't here, I'd probably take the Modern Age, but I would give consideration to Assassin's Ink, but definitely need to take the Construct here. Now we certainly have some shrine things happening. There's also Leech Gauntlet for black and Virus Beetle. There's also Tales of Master Sashiro, which I think is what I'm going to land on here in blue-green. We could think about green here. Oop, there's the train. I just recently moved to a new place and we have a train right behind us. So get used to the train. It's going to be a feature of the channel going forward. That is for sure. We've got Tales of Master Shiro. We could also think about taking Goshen Tai or even Beetle or Gauntlet. But I think I'm going to take the Tails as like a blue-green ramp end game here. Lots of blue. Sky Swimmer Koi, Fang of Shigeki, Trespassers, Reality Heist. I think I'll take Fang. Another good roadblock here to help us get to some of our higher mana value plays. Is this something we can even consider? No, it's not. So now we have Tails, we have Crab, Spell Pierce, Koi. I think we could take another Tails here. We're looking to be a little bit more controlling, and Tails is going to be a very good addition to just kind of like giving us some extra value, put counters on these things, put counters on Guardians, gives us more 5/5s. So I think it's what we're going to go ahead and take here. If we're leaning a bit more aggressive, I don't think Tails is exactly what you're looking for. Because it's a 5-mana way to not really affect the board immediately. But I don't think we're going to be hurting for board presence. Okay, so here we have Sky Swimmer Koi with currently 4 artifacts, which is not great. Heir of the Ancient Fang, which I don't really care about, and Swiftwater Cliffs with no red card that we want to splash. Also Papercraft Decoy. I guess I'll take the flyer here. We don't have a ton of artifacts, but it's a 4-mana 3/3 flyer, and that could just do some work sometimes. Now there's Suit Up. But I don't know if this is the deck for that. I mean, maybe Armguard Familiar is a good target. Backside of Careful Cultivation is not a bad target. Specialist isn't a bad target. So it's okay, but we only have 9 creatures. There's a Simian Sling, and there's also the Red Shrine and a Ninja's Kunai. I guess I'll take the Suit Up here. See if we can perform well with it in this particular deck. Planar Incision, don't care about. Thundersteel Colossus, not for us. So I think I'm just going to cut the only blue card here. I think I'll take the land in the event that we need to go red. Spell Pierce, Short Circuit. Don't want really either of these cards. So I think we're blue-green. Would love to pick up a Sky Turtle. We'll have to pick up some of the uncommon green cards like Boseiju Reaches Skyward. And here we go. We'll take this Red Shrine. Do have a way to splash it if we need to. The Boseiju Reaches Skyward, Blossom Prancer, those kind of cards would be really good pickups for this deck. I'll just cut the blue card, but we're not looking to play it. I think I'm going to move the Assassin's Ink to the sideboard here. And would love to pick up like a green-black or a blue-black dual land. Or maybe an Ecologist Terrarium, things like that. Oh boy, the Wandering Emperor. I think that's a little greedy for our mana base. It's a great card, don't get me wrong. But we have a Grafted Growth as a way to cast it right now, and that's about it. Yeah, I don't think we can take the Wandering Emperor here, unfortunately. So that leaves it down to Tamiya's Completion, Mirror Shell Crab, Terrarium, but we can hopefully try to wheel this one. I think I'll take the second removal spell here in Tamiya's Completion. Don't have a lot of interaction yet. Let's see. So Completion or Crab. I'll just go ahead and take the Completion here. Weaver of Harmony. Enchantment creatures. We have 12 enchantments. Here's 1, 2, 3, but I doubt we're playing that one. 4, 5, 6, 7, kind of. Activated a trigger ability from an enchantment source. So we have single Modern Age. We have, if we're activating this, if we get another like green one or something. If we have Tails, Behold. Maybe it's okay. I don't think we care about any of these other cards is the thing. I mean, we're not really considering playing any of these other green or blue cards. So I'll take the Weaver. End of the day, it's a 2-mana 2/2 that they're probably going to feel compelled to kill. Now we have Fade, Mirror Shell Crab, Jungle Hollow, and Uncharted Haven. Think we need to take the Haven here over the Jungle Hollow. because this can also act as a blue source for us. I would love to wheel the Jungle Hollow if we could, but definitely think we need to take the Haven. Here's the blue shrine. We only have 4 more picks to find the green shrine, and I don't think green's going to be super open from this direction. There's also Invigorating Hot Spring, which we do have a Rugged Highlands for, but not a ton of creatures. And there is just a crab here, and I think I want to have access to a crab. There is Season of Renewal as well. But in blue-green, I think we need to have good top end. There's a lot of cards in here I could see taking. Even the Shrine. But there's a chance this one wheels. This Shrine is not very good. But if you have it in conjunction with like 2 others, it could be decent. Season of Renewal would be great to come back, but I doubt it will. Wow. Kotos the Silent Spider. Yeah, I don't think we're playing anything else. We could double splash that plus March of the Wretched Sorrow. Probably not look to play this Shrine or the Rugged Highlands here. Yeah, I think we can splash that card. So now it's Roaring Earth and Careful Cultivation. I don't think I need a second Cultivation. I think I'm okay playing a Roaring Earth. It's not great early for us, to be honest. So it's probably going to have to act as the channel ability. But I don't even know if that's going to be great in this deck with all the high mana value creatures we already have. Master's Rebuke's pretty good with Double Fang here. So we're happy to take that. Another Cultivation is the only thing we're considering. And then do we get it back? I don't see what I was looking for here on the wheel. Can't remember exactly what it was. Might have been the land. Maybe that was the next pack. We'll take Cultivation, but I seriously doubt we're playing 3. Favor of Jukai, Anchor to Reality. No, none of this is for us. We did get the Jungle Hollow back. Thank you very much. That's going to go a long way in helping out our mana base. All right, so we got a couple cuts to make, which is fine. We have a double splash here. Our curve is not awful. This is going to end up being somewhere over here. Yeah, not a bad little blue-green value ramp kind of deck. Don't think we need a 4th Cultivation. Doubt we even need 3. And Regent's Authority, okay? Let's see. So I don't think we need to consider splashing Assassin's Ink. It's not really a splash. We have a Grafted Growth, but I mean, I don't think we're going to have too much else. So with 2 black pips to splash, I think we can run 2 swamps. Well, probably only 1 swamp here, plus the Hollow, Haven, Network Terminal. That's 4 black sources for our 2 black cards. It's probably good enough. And Grafted Growth, so that's 5 black sources. I think that's good enough for 2 cards there. Then we need 14, 15, 16, 17, so probably 7 and 7, but it depends on what our cuts are here. So let's take a look at our cuts. I think what's on the chopping block is I like all of our creatures, to be honest. So a Cultivation, I don't think we need 2 of these. A Roaring Earth, honestly, and maybe a Suit Up. Well, Suit Up, I think I want to try Suit Up out. I don't think Roaring Earth is for this deck. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that are 5 mana value or greater. And we're just going to be wanting to play these cards instead. So now we still have 1 other cut, and I do want to try Suit Up. I think Careful Cultivation could be fine in this deck. It's basically just going to be the channel ability 99% of the time here. I want to keep Grafted Growth. Maybe just a random Armguard Familiar. It's not really doing much for us. Then we can run it back like this. How many creatures is this? 11 plus 3 sagas. 4 sagas here. How many artifacts for Sky Swimmer Koi? 4, that's not great. But again, it's just a 4-mana 3/3 flyer with a little bit of upside, so I think that's okay. We do have the Terminal Containment Construct thing going on, Katos and Wretched Sorrow Splash. So I think this is a decent little pile here that we might be able to put together some wins with. Okay, so we can channel this with this hand at the very least. So I think that for that reason we'll be able to keep it. It's kind of like an extra land. So I think we'll go ahead and channel this at instant speed. And then miss a land, unfortunately. So I think we have to now channel Greater Tanuki. So we're going to have to pass now. Comes in tapped, right? Yeah, so we can't even play Fang off of it. We do have our black source already, so now it's a matter of wanting to get another blue or another green. So which one are we going to grab here? Probably blue. I want to make sure we can cast Behold if we want to, and we don't have any double green pips right now. So we've got the suit up, we have the Fang here. We don't want to be just playing this because we don't get any value out of it, so we could just play Familiar plus Fang. I think that's gonna be our best bet here. And then we can attack here. I think Suit Up's gonna do some work here. They're able to attack with this at some point. Then we can Suit Up the Familiar with Ward. And eat it. Grafted Growth. Okay, now they'll put it over there. And we're still missing land drops, which I do not like. So I guess we have to just play Guardians here. Pretty good combo with Tails, though. If we're able to get Tails down, put it on Guardians, it can be able to attack. We do have a decent little ninjutsu opportunity here with Fang as well. So if we attack with Fang and they don't block, we can ninjutsu bounce their creature. And then replay Fang. Okay, so they're just straight up passing, which is awkward here. So they could have a counter spell. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I mean, a flash creature, I suppose. I don't know exactly what they have here, but I think I want to play the Tails. I can't just not do anything. So I want to play the Tails, put it on the Guardians, and then next turn we can have one of these as an option, depending on what they do here. So I'll put it here. Alright, still nothing. They can't crew this. Maybe they could flash something in and then crew it. So I'm just going to go here, because if they flash like that 3-3 in, that like the double white 3-3, they could eat this. But both of these are pretty safe attacks. So I think I'll do this here. They clearly have something. Born to Drive, and then they can crew this one. They can crew it and also trade with Fang. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not great. I mean, I expected better necessarily. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm cool with that. And good thing we didn't attack with this, because they would have eaten it. They will fade that into Antiquity. Yeah, that happens. So we can play this and bounce that. They're probably going to crew this in response, but at least we get rid of the pilot for good. We could also just play Behold the Unspeakable. But I think I just want to bounce their pilot here. Okay, and no attacks because they're just going to bounce it. Repel the Vial. Okay, okay. We still got plenty of answers in our hand to whenever they could play. And passing again, huh? Alright. We could Tamiyo's Completion that. Still don't have a target. We could just play Behold the Unspeakable, but it doesn't really do anything right now. Suit Up would just make these bounce if they flash something in. But it does draw a card. It could save our creature effectively. So if we attack with everything and then they crew this somehow, then we can use Suit Up to bounce it. Because again, clearly they have something. Nothing. All right. Okay, then I guess I'll just pass and hold up Tamiyo's Completion on something. Gonna go ahead and put a stop here in case they flash something in right now that I want a completion while they're tapped out. Okay, so they're just gonna do this. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. I think if they just pass again. Okay, so resolves. I think I'm going to go ahead and completion the Kitsune here. Well, what I could do is completion this, and then they do not have good blocks because we could suit up either one of these to eat the Kitsune. So let's actually do this. And they're going to basically have to block. So we'll go ahead and eat their Kitsune, draw a card. And then we can hold up Master's Rebuke here, but we can only kill an X2. Well, that's an X2 we can kill. And now if we draw a land, Behold will draw us 4 cards. Let's just get Tails going. Don't necessarily need to play Behold at this exact moment. There we go. Ground through their deck, which is very similar to ours. Okay, so this hand is a little awkward. We have no blue and 4 blue cards, but we do have a Fang to kind of get us there, and an extra. If we draw blue, this hand is great. And we're on the draw. Our opponent is already mulliganed, so I think we have a little bit of leeway to keep this hand here. Obviously, things could go wrong, but I have faith that we have a blue on the top of our deck. I went ahead and stacked the deck before. No, I'm kidding. Well, that's not what I meant by having a blue on top, but would be great if we draw one now. Then we could play the Modern Age to try to find some more. There it is. Never didn't have it. Let's attack first. They have something for 1 red here. Voltage Surge is likely what it is, so they're probably going to kill the Fang, I think. No? Now they will, now that we've played something. I think we need to keep... We don't necessarily need to keep the land here. We could get rid of Armguard Familiar, and then we have Aboro, Completion, and Katos. But we have 2 more shots at a land next turn, so I think I'm actually going to get rid of this one here. Because we have 2 more shots at a land, and then a 3rd shot at a land as well for the following turn to hit our 4th land drop. There we go. So we got the land anyway. And another completion. So now I think we might need to keep these lands and get rid of the familiar here. I don't think it's going to do a whole lot for us. So we'll just go ahead and attack with Fang. Or try to if they don't Voltage Surge it. And then just play our 3-drop, and then we'll have a couple of completions up. March of Otherworldly Light. Yeah, okay. Exile target card other than basic land. So we could play March from their graveyard here. I don't think we need to completion this at all. And I don't think I want to trade Fang for it. So it's either do we play Fang or leave up completion here. And they're going to have 5 mana, so I think I'd rather leave up completion. Secluded Courtyard. Okay. Alright, they won't do anything either. Now we can play Construct plus Fang instead of leaving up completion, I think. So let's just do that. See if they want to kill one of these creatures. I'm pretty sure they still have a Voltage Surge in hand, so probably going to want to kill something. Nope, still doing nothing. Aki Emberkeeper. Alright, I think now we can just play Katos. Get their March. See what else they got going on in their hand here. They have a Kindled Fury. That was it. Okay, what else do they have in there? 3 Shattered States eras. Okay, so I'm going to take note of some of these things. 3 of them is going to be important to notice. Walking Skyscraper, Spirit Sisters Call, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Ishin. Wow. Life of Toshiro, holy moly. This is they are straight Mardu here. And they have all their mana for any of these cards. They do have a You Are Already Dead. Life of Toshiro is going to pick off our X ones if they draw that. Selfless Samurai, yeah. So this is going to be a difficult one to win. That is for sure. So if we draw a Tales of Master Toshiro, we probably have to try to put counters on Containment Constructs and Shigekis to get it out of range of Life of Toshiro. Well, there's the tails that we were talking about. So I think I'll just go ahead and play it. Probably want to protect the construct here. So I'll put it here first. Get it out of the range. And then we can put the second one on the Guardians next turn. They do keep flooding out there. There's the Walking Skyscraper. Can't quite completion that. So now we can put it here. Do that, and then we can hold up all of these things here. Because it's got hexproof for now. No, it could attack. I doubt it's going to attack. It does have trample, though. So they'd be probably fine trading it with the Fang here. So they'll tap that, all right. Would I rather completion this and take 8 or trade here and take 7? I'm not sure. Probably trade, I think. Except they're going to have Kindled Fury, so they can give it first strike. Okay. Can't use that here. Another Tails. Okay, that's pretty good. We can protect these Fangs from Life of Toshiro now. Or from, yeah, Life of Toshiro Mizawa. So let's play this one. Still no attacks. Wouldn't mind seeing them attack with this one so we can lock it down. Yeah, there's the Shattered States era. One of their 3. Wonder if the back... Oh, Banishing Slash over here. Okay, yeah. Wonder if the backsides of these have a mana value of 0. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Or if it's still 5. But right now, it's on the backside of 0. Like, this has 0. So we're going to have to take 5 here. Take more than 5. Take 13. Yeah, no blocks, because if we block this, we just trade it for a Kindled Fury. I don't think we want to do that. What's this next thing of this? 1+1+0, okay. We might need to use the march on the Moth Rider patrol here at some point. So let's do Tamio's completion here for sure. And then I think I will use the march on the Moth Rider patrol because it can start tapping our stuff down and we don't want it to do that. Mana value 1 or less. Okay. Now we can't. So what can we attack with here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we can go here. And we still have Sashiro's Living Legacy here. Oh, they're just gonna double trade. Leave themselves with nothing. Cool with that. Now they're effectively dead next turn, because we can just completion whatever creature they play. Unless they do a Shattered States era, which still probably wouldn't do it. Unstoppable Ogre, yep, that'll do it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yep. Cool. They certainly had a heck of a deck, but we managed to get there before they drew out of it. Really thinking hard about whether or not they want to let this resolve. Not that it matters. Maybe they're just roping us. Who knows? Looks like we just got some BM on the other side of the table here. They're just going to rope us. So go ahead and refill your drink, grab a snack, get ready for the next round while we wait this out. There we go, 2-0, off to the next round. Decent enough hand here. I think we can keep this one. A couple of 2-drops, access to a 4 if we find it. Song Shaper. Okay, I'll be fine trading off Familiar for that if they want to let me. No big deal. Yikes, that's no good. Awkward. So they can crew this next turn, potentially. I'm assuming they have an artifact they can crew this with. And I don't think we want to double trade here, so we're just going to go ahead and attack and then not block the Bankbuster. But I'm not sure they really want to be attacking with this because they can draw cards with it, so... And then next turn we can just completion the Bank Buster very likely. Don't think we want to trade here. So I think we're just going to completion this now. I know they get to draw a card in response, but it shuts down the rest of their cards that they could get. Rather than playing Koi, because then they'll get an extra card as well. So let's just do this now. Then we'll get in for 4, and then next turn we can play Tails if it opens up an attack, or we can complete something, or Sky Swimmer Koi. We have a couple options here. That's pretty aggressive. There is Network Terminal. So if we go Terminal, we can't play another card, though, is the problem. Yeah, for that, I mean, that does open the Containment Construct nonsense here, but I think I'm going to start with Tails here. And then if we draw another land, we can go Terminal plus one of these two as well, I think. So 1, 2, 3, play Terminal, play a land. We'll have access to 4 mana. So yeah. We draw a land, we can do that. Or an untapped land, I suppose. Smelter, that's going to be pretty good here with their Bank Buster. So they get a 3/1 with haste, I believe. Yeah, it has haste. So we have to take 6, 7. Okay. And next turn they get a 3/3 trample haste. Alright, this is happening. So this gets vigilance, so we can put it here. It can open up an attack. So we'll play Terminal for sure. Go to combat, hit here. Now, do we hold up completion, or do we play a Sky Swimmer Koi? The Koi's probably just gonna... It doesn't have to trade off, but it could potentially. So let's just play our creature out. We do have a 5/5 Vigilance Haste coming next turn, so there is that. I think it comes down to this turn of whether or not they have removal to get through. They can't attack all and not play another creature. And even if they do that and don't kill us, we can complete that last creature and kill them with 5 here. This will be a close one. Let's see. Specialist about something. Yeah, that's good. So they're going to spend their whole turn doing that. Okay. And do they hit us with everything? They do, which means we go here and here. It doesn't have trample, so we take 5 and then we complete that and kill them. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the line they had to take. I mean, they obviously didn't know we had another completion in hand, but I think that's the line they had to take, because they would win next turn if we didn't have a way to remove this. So, but the good thing is, we did. 3-0. Okay, so we have a Fang, we have a 3-drop. Either one of these, we'll probably leave this up to counter, and if we don't want to counter something, we can channel this, and then we'll have tails. So I think we'll be able to keep this hand here. Happy to trade with that if they will let me. I don't think we can play this yet. So I'll pass, and then I'll counter something, and if they don't play something we want to counter, we can just channel this. I don't know how much I care about that. So yeah, that resolves. So we can go get the black here now. We can play Island Modern Age. I don't think we want the counter on the Fang. We're not really getting much out of that. And then that'll also hold up the Mirror Shell Crab again. So let's play Modern Age. Discard. Probably Uncharted Haven at this point. We have all of our mana. Reinforced Ronin, yeah, that's going to come in. Gonna have to take about 4 here, I think. We should attack with this too. I think that's probably worth countering, because that can turn all these things into 3/1s, and I don't think we want that to happen. Oh, we drew both of them. Here we go. So we'll play Forest, or we'll discard Forest. We'll play Terminal here. And then we can play Construct. And now we have the Wombo combo, assuming they don't want to kill it, which they might, but couldn't not play those out. Again, the counter from Tales of Master Toshiro on top of Fang is not very valuable, because, I mean, I'm holding this back to hold that back. So as long as they have an Automaton and we have a Fang, it's going to be to hold that back. So we'll have to take 4 again here, unless they ninjutsu something in. Nope. So we're going to get the Modern Age here this time. Chainflail Centipede. That's going to be a good one. It's going to make it easy to attack with some things. So now I think we need to play Tails. Try to get this going. We can put the counter here on Vector Glider, and then we don't have attacks. Synthesizer, that's a good one. They're just trying to find a Voltage Surge or Kami Star to get rid of this, and as soon as they do, we're in trouble. Because we have a Tamiyo's Completion we can do on top of this. We have double completion, which at this point is probably going to have to be what happens. But if they get rid of this, then we are not in a good spot. Okay. They have a good attack with Centipede here. Gonna have to take 4 again. Okay, we'll put this here. We'll play Sky Swimmer Koi, and then we can loot the land away. Probably going to trade Koi for Centipede if they let us do that. Okay. They're really trying to push through that last bit of damage, and they're probably going to get pretty close here. We're going to get a 5/5 next turn, which is good. Oy. Yeah. I'll probably just attack out, and then kind of have to block somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Pass to blockers. We know we're doing that. We can do this and then this, and we take 3. That prevents the most damage. We have to get rid of Construct plus Terminal to do this, but I think we have to do this. We can't take another 4, because 1, 2, 3, plus 4 is 7. We go down to 2 with the Simian Sling on the battlefield, plus a Searchlight Companion. Might be better to do this, though, because this is going to be a problem on the battlefield. So here we're going to have to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to 4. I don't like it. We do have a Koi back to block this. And then we'll have a Tails here. So let's block. And then loot away. Can't play a land on their turn, so we'll just let that go. Oh no, are they saving? Ah, well, then we're just dead. Okay, oh well. They had it with the automaton, so. On to the next one against that good aggro deck. That was a good red-black aggro deck there. Okay, decent little hand here. Hotshot Mechanic, okay. Behold the Unspeakable. Probably have to trade here. And we can't just keep taking 2 over and over again, depending on how aggro they get. Ninja's Kunai. Okay, so we'll just kill this next turn then. At least it delays them a bit. So I think we can channel this. And the next turn play Koi. Go get a blue. Okay. Do we trade here? The Kunai is going to kill our Sky Swimmer Koi. It's going to kill basically anything we play next turn. I think I'm going to trade Tamio's Completion. So if we play the Koi, they just equip this and kill it. If we play the Weaver, they probably just do the same thing. But I'd probably rather have the Koi stick around because it blocks better on the Disciple. So I'm going to play the Weaver and just make that a target for the Kunai here. Artifact Enchantment, pretty good. So there's a Specialist that we can bounce this with. There's a Koi that blocks well here, but then they still can attack here, and then they can... Don't like missing land drops here. Let's play Specialist. and then bounce Golden Tail Disciple. We can threaten a double block here, which I'd be fine trading the Weaver for it. I mean, we do have a couple of sagas in hand, but we need 6 mana to really use this. So hopefully they don't have removal spell. Okay, good. Well, that's kind of like a removal spell. And then Golden Tail Disciple, okay. And then equip it, yep, all makes sense. So, if we play Koi, they're just going to kill it. So do we have to leave up completion? Because no matter what, this kunai is going to kill something at some point. And it's probably going to be the Koi. So what do? Behold the Unspeakable here. Tails doesn't really do anything. Think we can just play Behold and try to get that creature. Prevent some damage here, draws us some more cards next turn. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's a good card. That is a good card. Would have liked to play this next turn now. So now we can play Armguard Familiar plus Hold Up, Suit Up. It can protect it from the kunai if they try to activate it on it as well. So I think I'm going to do that. And then we'll pass. Yeah, well, they can't use the Ninja's Kunai anymore. So, but they could kill this in response, which I don't like. So let's go to blockers, block here, and at least try. Okay, so that did resolve. Now they can kill this. Okay. Selfless Samurai is another good one. Imperial Oath, huh? It's a good card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could just play Crab here, probably. Then the next turn. Oh my gosh, another one. Yeah, this is all happening. Probably have to play Koi plus like completion the samurai or something like that, so we don't die to an army of samurais. Three top. Okay, well, we are almost assuredly losing this game then. So this will be a 2-2 if we play Koi plus Guardians. But, I mean, we're not really in the position to be picky about any of this. So we're going to have to just trade this off with something. They can hit us for 6 if they want to throw away 4 samurais here. But they topped something, so it's probably some sort of removal spell, I would think. Nezumi Prowler, okay. And against Death Touch. Death Touch, Lifelink, Vigilance. Okay, well, let's do this then. Okay. Tawashi Guidebot. Yeah, they're doing the things. 5, 6, 7, 8, so we can't quite cast both cards in our hand. Tails doesn't do a whole lot here because what does it do? Block, 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 take 10. Completion doesn't do much better, to be honest, though. Yeah, so I think the double Imperial Oath got us good here. I think we just have to do this. Grease Fang, yeah. Okay. Oh, they're not doing anything. Okay. So we can kill an X2, or we can just gain a ton of life. I think we need to put Tails down is the problem. So what if we put Tails down, put it on this? We can block, 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 technically take 10, or we can kill something. We can kill the guide bot so they can stop drawing cards here. Depends on if they attack. They attack with everything, we probably have to run this out, but I would really like to gain 7 life from it instead. Okay, so I think we have to run this out on the guide bot now, because they're going to protect it next turn. And I want them to stop drawing cards here. Don't like to see a land, obviously. Do they have lethal at this point? Almost. Another guide bot. Man. Black-white grindy, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they don't quite have lethal. But I don't think we can attack here. Can we? Block, 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 block. Take 1, 2, 3. We technically can, but I don't think we're going to. Playing on our back foot this whole game. We are at 14, but with the amount of creatures they have, it just, and the amount of card draw they're getting, it's really difficult to grind through this. We've already used our Behold, right? Yep. Well, completion is something. Can get rid of probably their Selfless Samurai, I think. Or maybe just their guide bots. They can stop drawing cards. Yeah, I don't want to sacrifice that response. Okay. We need to keep drawing action for every... And there's the Assassin's Ink. So yeah, it might be lethal here at this point. No? Okay. Okay, so we're going to have to channel this for a 1/1 to jump with, or to block this thing when they do end up going all out. +1, +3 and reach isn't really going to do much on this board. So we'll pass. Air of Enlightenment. We are surviving, but I think we're just delaying the inevitable in this game. Hmm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What can we get? We can get Imperial Oath ourselves. We can get our own guide bot. Don't have any modified creatures though. Probably want to get the Imperial Oath, I think. That was one of the best draws in our deck there. So can we survive if we take Imperial Oath? We have 6 blockers. Yeah, we can definitely survive. So we'll take the Oath. Naomi, Fall of Lord Kanda, Life of Toshiro, Goshin Tai. Okay, so those are the cards left in their deck, really, that can matter. So let's see. Fall, Shrine, Naomi, and Life. Those are pretty much the ones that matter here. So we'll take these 2. And then, how many can we cast? 1 of the exiled cards, okay. They get 2 cards now. Searchlight Companion. We don't have a flyer, but we are at 14. So let's cast Imperial Oath. Definitely don't need that. I don't think we need Network Terminal. Have they killed Containment Construct already? They have not. Modern Age is probably pretty good, though. Network Terminal, we don't have an artifact to tap with it. And I think we just need creatures. So I'm going to keep the Modern Age. And at this point, I think we're trying to play for decking here. I don't think we're going to push through the damage. They do deck before us here. And then we'll play Tails. Probably put the counter here to protect against that Life of Toshiro that they have. Fall of Lord Kanda is going to get rid of something here at some point. Because we know they have that left in their deck. It's going to get rid of probably the crab, I would think. 2 top. That's not good. So we'll put it here again to protect against Life of Toshiro. We'll dump that and then just play our 2/1. So I'm just waiting for the Fall of Lord Kanda to come. Naomi, that's probably what they topped here. They have all of the creatures. So much so that they have 2 rows of creatures. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before in a game of Limited. It's going to make the moment that they do tap out. Or, yeah, tap out with all their creatures. Going to be a very interesting one, that's for sure. Well, we do not have anything to do here, so we're just going to have to pass. Fall of Lord Kanda. There, we knew that was coming. They might have enough to just overwhelm us. They should probably count. So again, they have Life of Toshiro in their deck, so we're going to protect this one. And then pass. So the only two cards they really... Yeah, so they kind of have to do this here at this point, because the only two cards they really have are the Shrine and the Life left. Okay, so this is kind of ridiculous here. Let's eat that. Let's eat... This is hard to even read. We can eat this one. We can eat this one and this one, and then almost everything else has to trade, basically. Go here. Go here. 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 And here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is what we're taking if we do this. It's probably what we have to do. And they're going to protect something. So we have to go to 3 here, which is not good, obviously. I actually think I'm going to do this. I can do trade that and keep the Vigilance guy. And I think that's how I want to do it. Again, this is one of the most complicated board states I've seen. And everything's blocking something. So yeah, I guess that's how we're going to do it. And hopefully I did the math right. We go to 3. Go to 4. Okay. Yeah, did not want to draw a land there. So Vigilance, Vigilance. But then they can trade with these two, but I think that's okay if they want to do that with one of them. Would have really liked to draw anything that affected the board there. Their Life of Toshiro would be a good top deck. Well, there's the Life of Toshiro. Yeah, we're going to have to chump that now. Oh gosh, what a top deck. So they have 1, 2, 3... No, next turn they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers on the ground, and we have 5 blockers on the ground. I think we have to chump this to try to preserve some life here. No land, no land. Well, at least it gains a life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. This is going to be close here. It's going to be very close. I'm not sure we have it. Yeah, there's another land. Okay, so we have one more turn here. They can hit us, and then next turn when they have 0 cards in deck, they can hit us again. Oh, come on. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 5 blockers. No! Why? Oh, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. And we have 5 blockers and a Master's Rebuke to kill one of them. And because we're at 1, we now lose. Oh, man. That's awful. That was a close game. That was a close game. They had it there in the end, but it is what it is. Let's see if they concede. Do they miscount it? No. Are they conceding? No. No, they're not. Okay. They're going to make us do it. Yeah, GG. All right, 3-2. Get a couple more wins here. Okay, we'll keep this here. They have ninjutsu. Hopefully it's not the lifelinker. Nope, just infiltrator. Okay, so black-white aggro is what it's looking like here. Restoration of Iganjo. Yeah, they have just about the best curve you can ask for out of their deck. So this will be a tough one to win because we're not really doing much. Let's go terminal here. And again, we're not blocking, so we'll just attack. And the next turn we can play... I don't even know. Tails. That doesn't do much. Can Master's Rebuke something and draw the card? Oh, they're not doing anything. Okay. We can try to get this Tails Master Sushiro going so that we can actually have a creature here at some point. It's probably what we have to do. It blocks the dockside chef now as well. Because they're going to have a 3/4 vigilance here now. Do it again. Nope. Oh my gosh. How many times? This card is so good. It's just so good. We're going to lose to it here again, so. Yep, double top. All right. So we can do Katos on that and then cast it next turn, but gosh, are we surviving? Probably. I guess we're surviving, yeah. We can see what they have in their hand as well, if we just want to instant concede. Virus Beetle. Okay, that's fine. Library. Farewell. Naomi. Michiko's Reign of Truth. Okay, so we obviously have an Invoke Justice. So we obviously have to play around Farewell here now. Okay, and no attacks. What are we discarding here? Probably Mirror Shell Crab. Resolves, get rid of the crab. And decline. Yeah, we're going to be taking a lot of damage here. Maybe we can't afford to play Oath next turn. Probably just have to play March plus Rebuke. Okay. So we take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down to 5. Yeah, that's what we got to do. So we'll hold up March and Master's Rebuke as opposed to playing Imperial Oath this turn. And if they go for lethal by playing a land and then activating this twice, we can just kill it, which would be big game. Resolves, and do they do it again? Sweet. So we can do it for 6 here. Yeah, we'll gain 6 life. And now we can probably just play Imperial Oath, get that scry going. We could also do this combo. We can do this combo on their turn to play the Master's Rebuke. So let's actually do, well, what do we even want to rebuke? Probably the Dockside Chef so they don't draw cards here. They have an artifact and an enchantment, so Roadside, we probably have to do this now, actually, on this, because they can draw 2 cards off of this, and then they can draw more on their turn. So I think we need a Master's Rebuke now. Super mana inefficient, though, is the problem. But they're going to get, like, 3 extra cards off of this if we don't do this now. So we're at 11. So what we can do is tap this, discard the land so that we can still play it with Containment Construct. And then we can just Master's Rebuke here now. We're not going to play the Modern... Well, we could play the Modern Age, because whatever we discard we could play, but we only have 2 lands to do it, so I don't think we want to do that. Do we want to trade 3 creatures versus Shiro? Yeah, I'm fine if they want to trade 3 creatures for this. Okay. All right. So they will draw their 1 card. Now that we got rid of Dockside Chef, they can't draw 2. I think we just want to play Imperial Oath here. As long as we have Katos, we can play this. Let's just play the Oath. Holy moly. So what we can do here is we can activate Network Terminal and then play this land, but, well, no, because we'll draw and then discard the land and play it. But I don't think we need to top a land to do that. So let's just attack. Again, we have to play around Farewell. So, well, there's the Farewell. So now we don't really need to play around anything. So let's play the Modern Age. Probably get rid of Suit Up. And then just play our creature here. Surge Hacker Mech has been brutal every time my opponent has ever cast it in this entire format. Draw a card, discard. Fang of Shigeki? I suppose? Okay, double vehicle, no creature to crew them. And that changes. Still has crew 4 though, so. We are at 11. We got to watch out. Okay, so they've played out their farewell. So we can just play out both of these cards here. Oh, no, we can't. We only have one green. That's a little awkward. So good thing I did that correctly. Put it here. Hit them for 4. And then they're technically dead next turn. What can they return here to their hand? Nothing. We could try to eat it, but if they have like you are already dead or something, then we don't win next turn. So I'm fine just taking 3. Let's put it here. And see if we have it. That's bad. Okay. Hopefully they top deck a land. There's my doggo. So we do have this here. So we have 5/5 vigilance coming. If they attack here, I basically have to block. That'll be good. We don't want to copy that. I think we'll just play the Behold. And we don't need to copy it here. Do we have lethal? I mean, they can crew. We might just have lethal. I mean, they can crew this and eat that, but then they're just dead. So let's just attack with everything. Can they kill Sashiro? Did they top deck an instant speed removal spell? Let's see. Nope, they didn't. All right, looks like we got there. Sweet. Unfortunately, I don't think we can keep this one because a blue opens up Arm Guard Familiar, but then we need a blue and a black to cast this, and we don't really want to be drawing many more lands with this hand, so I think we have to send this one back. I think this is better. I guess we get rid of the tails because it's the 5-drop in this hand. Containment Construct plus Modern Age is going to be a great combo, so we're going to have to play Construct on 2 here. Double white instant. Combat trick? There's not a lot of combat tricks in this format. I can't remember exactly what the double white would be right now. Maybe March of whatever for the white. Scrounger, okay. So we'll play the Modern Age here. Discard the land, exile it, and play it. And no attacks. We each have to sacrifice a creature. That's fine. I'll keep my construct. We will discard the forest and play it. And then we could just bounce this thing. Wanderer's Intervention? No, I don't know what they have. Still have something for white. Sunblade Samurai. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. We can completion that, though. Put this on black. I think we are going to completion this. Push through some more damage here. We have a couple more removal spells for any X2s that come down. If they play the Scrounger, we can kill it with this if we wanted to. Norika can be killed with this, so we can kill both of these now. Awesome. So let's play Rebuke from here to here. And this can only do for 3 right now, so we can't really do that. So we'll just get in here. We do have a counter spell if they play something crazy. Can't counter that, so we'll just have to let that resolve. Lion Sash, that's... So nothing's died this turn, so they can't create a treasure in response to us doing this. We could also just kill the Lion Sash with the March. Probably just going to want to kill the Lion Sash with the March, I think. Let them keep the Scrounger around. That way we can cast this crab here at some point. So we'll go X equals 3, killing this. Not sure exactly what's going on here. Did they disconnect or something? They're not even like hovering over anything. They can make it an X3, but it still dies. Like they can do this one plus this to exile Norika, Gravelighter, or Shigeki, but it's still an X3. Okay, so they're just going to get rid of our Shigeki, I guess, and then maybe the Rebuke. Use the treasure, too. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that dies. They can create a treasure if they want, but now we can hit them for 4. All right. And now our cards are on the table. And they say, I've had enough. Okay, off we go. Okay, really good hand here. We'll keep this one. Okay, Modern Age. We'll have our own next turn. We could also just ramp here with careful cultivation. I think that might be better. That way next turn we can play Specialist or Koi or something like that. I think I'm actually just going to do that. Okay. And now I think we'll just play Sky Swimmer Koi here. Next turn we can go Tails if we want to. Probably only do that if the Koi survives, I would think. And it does. For now. We can go Modern Age plus Guardians. We could just play Tails. I want to get the Tails going again. They have something for single green? What is that? The Green March? Can't think of a single green combat trick. Might be the Green March, but I'm cool if they're playing that card in their deck. Guess we'll put it here again, I suppose. All right. Tamio's Completion, maybe? Repel the Vial. Okay, yeah. Can't attack, really. So we could play Specialist, bounce the Guardians, and set them back a little bit. Yeah, I'm fine doing that. Be mana efficient with that. So if we attack with this, we can just trade it for one of their creatures, which isn't great. So I might wait on... Oh no, why is it still yellow? Oh, got it went away. Okay. Let's just play Tanuki. And see if they have a crab or something. No, so I don't want to attack with this again, because we have other multiple other ways to put 1/1 counter on this to make it advantageous for us to attack with it. So we'll just let them draw their couple of cards, and they still have activation for 1 green here. I'm sure all of you in your living rooms are like, it's this card, it's obviously got... I can't think of what it would be, and I don't really feel like looking it up right now. I'm pretty sure it might be the Green March. I think that's the only one I could think of in the format that can be activated for 1 green mana. Okay, so let's see what we can find here. Get rid of that, and then we'll get in with Tanuki. Well, yeah, problem is, this has 7 toughness, and this only has 6, so again, it can trade. I trade Tanuki for like one of these, and I don't think that's something I want to be doing. So no attacks, and the next turn we can get a double loot if we want to. Oh. Maybe you should read your cards and attack first. Yep. So I forgot this gave enchantment creatures +1/+1, so Tanuki would have been able to have a profitable attack there. So that was definitely a mistake. Usually it's the rares that... The text on the rares that always get me. So other enchantment creatures. So Tanuki has +1/+1 now. So let's copy that. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. Now we have a couple of profitable attacks because we have a Master's Rebuke. So we will do this one, And then here to here, or at least attempt to do that. Okay, so it's safekeeping, of course. 1 green, Tameo safekeeping. Don't know why I forgot about that card, but now it's out of their hand and we don't have to worry about it anymore. That was the card you were all screaming from on your living room couch, being like, it's obviously safekeeping. And here comes Colossal Sky Turtle. Can't copy that. So we could do Familiar and put it on top of Tanuki, but then it still just trades with... No, it wouldn't trade with just the Sky Turtle. We could also put it on top of Guardians. So let's reconfigure this. This would make it a 9-8. That's pretty good. Let's put it here. A 9-7. Okay, so we can kill 2 of these. So I think we're going to want to... We can leave the Guardians. I don't really care too much about that. I don't want them having another flyer, so we'll kill these 2. And then if we put it here next turn, this will be a 5-5. Which can attack through Sky Turtle. Well, not through, but could trade with Sky Turtle. Oh, gosh. They're going to have like a 9-9 reach here at some point. It's going to make it a lot harder. So we'll put this here and then attack with it. Okay. Yep. Probably should have put Arm Guard Familiar on that, because if they did, then we would have had like no attacks or blocks on it for a while. Yeah, I think their late game might be a little bit better than ours, unfortunately. Yeah, so there's the 5-5. I don't think we can block it with Shigeki. I mean, Tails does something, I guess. Do we have to full control to use Weaver here? Let's see. We might have had to, I'm not even sure. So let's use Weaver, pay the green, resolve it, get the extra counter. Are we still here? Don't think we want to attack yet, because we can have a really good attack with this. Well, never mind. They're gonna get their 10-10 or 11-11 or whatever it is. Okay, we'll put the counter. Gosh, we're putting a lot of weight on the Guardians if we keep putting a counter here. So let's do it here. And then copy it. Resolve it. And then put it over here as well. Get a 4-4. And then I guess we can play Grafted Growth. Put it here as well. And then hide this here. And we're not going to have attacks for a while. We have double Tamiyo's completion for that, so there's that. Another Sky Turtle. Yeah, those are not... That's something we didn't see in our draft. Would have liked to have access to a turtle or two. But we do not. So we're just going to get bashed in the face by theirs. Yep. It's a 3-turn clock now. Doesn't change the clock necessarily. We get to draw 4 cards next turn, so that's nice. Yeah, let's copy it. Why not? So we didn't do full control this time, so it turns out if you're using Weaver of Harmony with your sagas, you don't need to use full control. High-speed hover bike. Okay. So they can hit us for 6 now. And we have 4 cards to try to find answers. Yeah, just 4. Unconfigure, and then Prodigy's Prototype. Okay. So we have 4 chances here. Ooh. Yes, please. Let's do that. So we get to draw 6 cards? Alright, I'll take that. Don't need that, don't need that. 4 of them were lands. Okay, so can we even do anything? Are we dead? Repel the Vial? Do we have enough mana for that? It's the only thing we can do to try to not die here because nothing has a reach. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we can cast Repel the Vial, but we can't do it on that. That's an 8 power, and this one doesn't have 4 power. And then they have another flyer anyway, so this has Ward 4. So I don't think we can do it. We had... Do we have... Where is it? So... We have double Tamiyo's completion in our last 7 cards, I guess? Is how that goes? Yeah, so... Can we do anything from this one? Does it have to be either card? Other than basically from an opponent's graveyard. Yeah, so the only thing... We can gain life here, but that's still hitting us for 11, which is exactly what we would be at. So I think that's about it. Do they have a Master's Rebuke over here? No? Okay. Well, couldn't quite get there with the last little bit there. But we drew 6 cards. Alpha Behold the Unspeakable, which is unspeakable. Still really good. That deck was fun. Got the 4-3. 3 is the magic number. 4 is a little bit better than that. So, no, oh, it's a 5. I totally forgot. 5 wins. I'll take it. You tell me if I get 5 and 3 every single draft this format, I'd take it at the beginning. So don't forget to stick around to the end of this video to toggle through our Neon Dynasty trophy playlist or to find yesterday's video in case you missed it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow for your daily draft.